Hey everyone. All right, so my name is Shivy Williams. I am your health, wellness, and fitness accountability coach, and I help you reach your goals by holding you accountable for reaching them. And today I just wanted to come on and talk about what you can eat, right? So let me just first say, do what's best for you. And I'm gonna repeat that a couple times, but do what's best for you. So should you be vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian? Should you eat meat? Should you not eat meat? What are the different things that you should do on your healthy lifestyle journey, right? So I think what you should do is, again, do some research, do whatever's best for you. There are people who are successful at being vegetarian. There are people who are successful at being vegan. There are people who are successful at eating meat. There are people who are successful in eating whatever they would like when it comes to this healthy lifestyle journey. And so for me, along these years, back in high school, I stopped eating pork, right? And I stopped eating pork because for me, I felt like, I stopped eating pork and beef. And I did that because for me, I just felt like it was affecting my bowel movements. And so I decided just to cold turkey and stop eating pork and stop eating beef. I also at that time decided I was no longer going to add salt to my food. So yes, I cook my food without any salt, and my husband has salt in his food. And he eats pork and he eats beef. So then, gosh, that was back in 1991. And then I decided last year in 2023, in August of this month, I decided, I'm going to go vegetarian. So what made me decide that? For me, it had nothing to do with the animals and harming them. And I know that's why some people decide to either go vegan or vegetarian, right? But that was not for me. I just decided, you know what? Let me try this. I had tried it a couple times already. I had already honestly stopped eating so much meat. I wasn't eating a lot of it. Of course, there are certain meats I still like. So I did like eating lamb. That was like kind of top. And some seafood. But really, I didn't really care if I was no longer eating chicken anymore. I really wasn't eating turkey anymore. Maybe around the holiday, I was eating turkey. But so turkey and chicken, not a big deal for me to have to give that up. But as far as seafood and as far as other things I was eating, that kind of sort of lamb, crab legs, those were kind of a big deal. But I will say this, I do eat egg whites. And again, I met someone who said, I'm cut out. So you might cut out certain meats and you not eat them anymore. But maybe you do want to eat certain other kind of meat still. So that's fine. What I am just here to tell you is I'm not going to tell you what you should follow, what you should eat. You have to do what's best for you. But I will tell you, to reach your goals, things you have to cut out. Number one, you want to cut out as much sugar as possible, right? Processed sugar, you want to try to cut out as much processed food as possible. But maybe every blue moon you do. So like I like to eat pizza sometimes. I do eat candy sometimes. I love me some cake and ice cream. So there are some things I do eat that's processed. I love a good salad, right? And so what I used to suggest when I had clients and when I was telling other people is, if there's a meal plan you want to follow, I would always suggest the Mediterranean, right? I hate the word diet, but that's what it's called. It's called the Mediterranean diet. And so I would look into that. If you're looking for something, then look into that. I had a coworker that asked me, hey, would you be my dietitian? I was like, no, because I'm not a dietitian, right? But she had used dietitians before, and I was trying to figure out, okay, well, if you used them before, why you didn't like them. So sometimes when you're looking, especially if you're working and you can get a dietitian for free, just like therapy, you could get it for free, then I would suggest you go that route, right, before paying. They also have a lot of options as far as like those prepped meals that you can purchase. You can purchase pre-prepped meals now. You can do that. I know people that have done that. Or you can just prep your meals. But what I will say is this, and that is you have to find what works best for you. So I did tell my coworker, no, I'm not going to be able to help you with, being a dietitian, but I would suggest, like, here's the Mediterranean diet. Try that. I think that's really good for people to try. Then I always say and suggest, hey, eat very healthy, as clean as possible, 5 days a week. That way you have something to look forward to on the weekends. So maybe on the weekends you might eat your pizza or your pasta. I'm not a big pasta fan, so I don't really eat pasta, but pasta and those things that really kind of pack on the pounds. Maybe you do that on the weekend. Maybe you pick one day on the weekend to do that, and all the rest of the days you are really eating as healthy as possible. I'm not going to say clean, but as healthy as possible. And I will say this. People always say, well, what should I eat? Y'all already know that. You know the answer to that. Y'all know to cut back on your fats, on your sugar, drinking more water, cutting back on soda. Like, you know what to do, right? Now, I will also say the older you get, at least for women, and as you're going through those premenopause and menopause phases, you know, the body will not respond like it used to your healthy eating, and that's okay, right? Just continue to eat that healthy way, and if the pounds or the fat picks up, which is for a lot of us it does, just keep doing what you're doing so that when you get over that hump, you're climbing up that mountain, you get over, then it won't be as hard to get some of that weight off. But again, even when you're on this fitness journey and you've been working out and you've been eating healthy, until you get to the premenopause and menopause stage, you really don't know what to expect until you get there, right? So I'm there. I have this extra body fat that nobody sees, of course, but me. But you go through a lot of other things emotionally. Your body changes, your thought process changes, you get forgetfulness. You can try everything in the world, but until you get on the other side of that journey, you don't really know until you get there. So with all those things being said about what you should eat, like, should you follow this kind of plan? Should you follow this kind of plan? If you guys look at what people done, they always have like a before and after. And I say this all the time. They never show you what happens in between, right? They say, here I am before at this weight, and here I am now. Some people have surgery, some people don't. Some people do something drastic, and some people don't. But what you don't see is the in-between, the process, which is what you're missing out on. And the first thing people always ask is, well, what are you eating? Well, y'all know, right? There's no secret to changing your diet and eating healthier, especially in the summer. Maybe you should grill out more, right, with your fruits and vegetables. Well, you can do fruit, vegetables, and meats. So you could do more of grilling instead of being in the house. So those are other options that you have to eat a healthier lifestyle, right? And so what you have to do, you can ask people what they've done all your life. That doesn't mean that what they've done is going to work for you. This is what I'm telling you. Find what works for you. And it's trial and error. It's going to be ups and downs, right? But what you do know is if you eat anything, grilled food, grilled meat, grilled vegetables, that's healthier than you eating the fried stuff, right? So you may also want to look into your sleeping habits. Right? I remember in church today, my pastor was talking about stress and cortisol, right? So you want to make sure, and being in a flight or fight state all the time, so you want to make sure one of the things that you are definitely doing is releasing some of that stress. And it's easier said than done sometimes, depending on what you're going through. So you want to make sure you're getting enough sleep, because that can also affect your weight loss or whatever goal you're trying to reach. Your stress level can also affect that as well, right? Get out, do things that make you happy. Being depressed, sometimes even in that, you might have to see a therapist, right? To get you to a place of where some of that stress and some of that release is taken off of you. And then what you'll see is you will see your body change. So you can eat as healthy as you want, but if you have a lot of stress, that cortisol is going to build up around your stomach area, especially for women. You're going to have that back fat, right? And so there's a lot of things that go along with your healthy lifestyle, and it's not just the food. So with all that being said, that's all I got for y'all. So whatever you choose to do when it comes to eating, do what works best for you. Try different things out. Don't be afraid to try different things out. Maybe you do. I'm going to tell you what did not work for me and I do not like. For me, I don't like fasting, right? I don't like doing that to reach a goal. I don't like, so some people do like a 16-hour fast, they eat 8 hours of the day. I don't like that. That does not work for me. Counting calories doesn't work for me. So you have the app, you put your food in, you count your calories. That also don't work for me. I didn't like that, but it works for people. It works for other people. So try different things to see what's going to work for you. And then once you find what works for you, enjoy that. The other thing I also will say is holidays and going out with friends and drinking. I do drink from time to time. People say you shouldn't. It does have a lot of sugar, but it's not all the time. But I will have a drink from time to time. The other thing, holidays, I eat whatever I feel like for the holidays. But I eat it on that one day only that day. That's it for me. I don't take leftovers home. I don't do any of that other stuff. And I also try to work out on that day. The other thing I've noticed is that the older I've gotten, the less working out I tend to do, right? I tend not to do as much as I used to. I think I used to work out for the whole day. It used to be at least 2 hours. I do 30 minutes at lunch. I do an hour and a half in the morning. Now it's, if I get an hour in, I'm excited. But that's okay. So you have to find things that work for you, because maybe you don't like to lift weights. Maybe you don't like to be outside. I love to be outside walking. Maybe you don't like that. So maybe what you need to do and what will work for you is going to be, maybe you do pool. Maybe you get in the pool. Maybe you do like lifting weights. Maybe you do like walking. Maybe you like to run. So you do what works best for you. There are always free workouts you can do at home. You know, you can always look stuff up on YouTube, especially go to my YouTube channel, LBX Fitness. And my husband and I have a new thing coming out. So y'all be on the lookout for my big announcement. It may be a couple months from now, but we have something that we think people would really enjoy. And I can't wait to share that with y'all. And looking for y'all support, and then letting us know what you think. All right, y'all, so that's it. It's hot out here. I love the summer. I love being out. Y'all see my new dress? Woo! But let me just tell y'all, do what works best for you when it comes to this healthy lifestyle journey, especially when it comes to eating, and try to release some of that stress so it can help with that cortisol and get enough sleep.